like to read a scripture to you from the book of Job. You know that if you haven't read the book of Job lately, it's a very difficult book to read. For one thing, you're hearing a lot of talk. It seems that, as you have probably heard and learned even at an early age, Job lived in his integrity. He lived before God in his integrity. And Satan went before God, and God bragged on Job's integrity with him, the Lord. And Satan said, that's only because you give him so much. And God had so much confidence in Job that he allowed him to attack him. And so Satan took everything he had, so to speak, and took his children. And then Job kept his integrity and he didn't curse God. And so then Satan went back to God and he said, well, it's because you don't let me touch his life. And so he let him affect his health. Well, he covered him all over from head to toe with boils. And Job still did not transgress. He still held steady with God, even though he cursed the day he was born, and even though he wished he could die and all of that. He felt sorry for himself and kind of had a pity party. But yet he did not turn against God. He did not accuse God. He did not turn against God. And friends came. 3, I always thought there were. And it specifically names 3. However, there is a 4th. Laura taught me that this week. There is a 4th man in the picture later on, a younger man. But their doctrine was not a good doctrine. They did not describe God accurately. They had the full intent to convince Job that he had sinned and that evil is what had brought the bad things into his life. If you know the scripture and know what happened between Satan and God, you know that's not true. They have the idea that everybody that does evil has bad things happen to them. And everybody that does good has great things happen to them. But life happens to us all. A man is born of woman a few days and full of trouble. We answer for our deeds at the end, not necessarily as we go along. We can be people who are ignoring the Lord much of our life, and he'll still let us have the rain. He'll still let us have children. He'll still let us have a husband or a wife. He'll still let us have a home. You know, he loves us, and he wants us not only in this world, but he wants us to know him so we can come home with him and live with him forever. He's always dealing with us to get us not to just live life here, but to live life here and with him here, so that we can go live with him forever. So there's not a truth that Job had sinned and that God was punishing him. Anyhow, talk. And when God came in the 38th chapter out of the 42, the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind. So God came in a whirlwind. And he said, who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? He said, who is doing all this talking? Words. But it's without knowledge. They aren't speaking truth. It's words without knowledge, and all it's doing is darkening counsel. It's not helping anything. I like that scripture because I think I am always being reminded, watch my words, watch my words, watch my words. And if you're honest, he probably tells you that a lot too. But he simply said to them, after listening to them 38 chapters worth, you are darkening counsel because you're saying a lot of words without knowledge.